Today's Talk About It Tuesday question is, I've heard that there's no such thing as a self-made millionaire. How do I build my network to support my quest to become rich? Ooh, good, juicy question. Well, let's start where most people go to first, and I think it's a huge mistake in how they use it. So there are advertisements all the time for networking events, right? And sometimes they're small gatherings, sometimes they're large gatherings with thousands and thousands of people. And every new person who's trying to build a network shows up. Now, what's the problem with that? If you're an attendee and there are 1,000 other attendees just like you, none of you have a network and none of you can really help each other. So you guys are giving out your business cards and giving your elevator pitch to each other, and it's meaningless. So if you're going to networking events, if you're going to big seminars, if you're going to, events where there are these big presentations, find the presenters, right? The presenters are the ones who you want to collaborate with or network with. So you want to share information with a presenter, not another attendee. You maybe get with the organizer, again, not another attendee. And that's how you begin to build a relationship there, because that person has already ascended to a place you want to be, or at least a step closer to where you want to be. And so they have more than you have, and then you can start a relationship there. I think today it's easier than ever to build a network because you have the internet. And so even way back in 2002, 2003, one of the things that I did was I found out the emails of a whole bunch of all the top wealth gurus at the time. And I sent out an email, right? And I sent out an email with a list of questions. And the vast majority of them actually responded to my email. And so today it's easier with social media and, email. It's so much easier to reach out and connect with people who are on a high level. And believe it or not, most of them will answer. And so I got a lot of answers to a lot of the questions that I had. And even one person, this guy, I bought his book. I read the book. His email was in the back of the book. I reached out, arranged a phone call, and we spoke for over an hour on the phone. And he sent me a whole case of his book because I told him I was doing seminars. He sent me a whole case to give away for free. So, it's easy now to reach out to people you've never met before and find a way to connect with them and create a relationship and get referrals from them, get information from them, get resources from them. I think tapping into your certain professionals. So for instance, my tax preparer has become my mentor, right? I went to him and it took years of nurturing that relationship. First, it was just a professional relationship. And then the conversations became more and more extended, and he became a mentor, and he's a mentor to me to this day. And then we have to look at, my bank branch manager. For years, before he retired and now he's off doing his thing. But for at least a decade, I would just go to his office and we would just talk about the economy and talk about, money things because, believe it or not, he wanted to talk about it too. So, he became a resource and put me on to things that were in the banking world and investing world. So it's essential to find a mentor, but these relationships have to be, again, fostered over time. There has to be, not that you're just trying to get something from them. You have to be able to give something back. And so sometimes it's assisting them on what they, are working on. Sometimes it's really just developing a rapport with them, and just people want to share. Professional organizations, right, tend to be pretty good places to build a network because they have resources. I had a kid ask me, he's in his 20s, a kid asked me, he said, I want to be a real estate investor, but I don't know, I don't have a network and I don't know how to get around investors. I said, well, where do investors go, right? So I said, when I go to a real estate auction, there aren't only investors there. If you go in the back of the room, every resource you need to be successful in real estate is there. Contractors are there, lenders are there, lawyers are there, like everything you would need to be successful, because they want to go where the investors are, right? And so it's the same thing. You go where the investors are, then you'll find the support for investors. So showing up to those type of things. So, and believe it or not, you know somebody, listen, so everybody knows about 250 people. That's what they say. Those 250 people know 250 people. So you have an active network of about 62,500 people. So if you put the word out that you're looking for a resource in some way, shape, or form, somebody knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who connects you with whoever you want to connect with. So building that network, it obviously is slow. It takes time. Some relationships will work, some will not. Some will not get you anywhere. Some will net you huge gains. That's just the way it is. And it takes time and your network will grow. Some of it starts out, like I say, a paid situation with paid professionals. A lot of it's not. Eventually you'll be doing collaborations and joint ventures with people because you have some credibility. They want to pull you into the network, which will allow whatever you're doing to grow faster as well. So listen, if you want to meet somebody, there's a million ways to meet them now. Whether you find out where they're going to be at, whether, again, it's a phone call, email, social media, there's a way to connect with people if you really want to get to somebody. And again, it's not just about what can I take from this person. It's a reciprocal relationship where you have to give something. So if it's not giving time, if it's not giving money, it's giving something of value to that person. So find out what is of value, because if you keep extracting from your network without giving anything back, you're going to get kicked out of the network, right? And if you false alarm the network too many times, it's like you have a contractor in your network. It's like, hey man, I'd like you come do a free estimate for me because I'm thinking about buying this place, and you don't give anything back and you never pull the trigger, right? Too many false alarms. They're like, I'm not going out there next time unless you pay me, right? So then you just become part of that. You become a customer instead of someone in the network. So find out what's of value, give that back, nurture the relationship, stay in touch even when you don't need something. That's the way you do it. So again, mentors are extremely important, and not one mentor can't do it for you in every aspect of your life. Professional networks or professional associations are good. Like I said, networking events, not the greatest, but if you can get to the presenters, same thing with seminars. If you can get to the presenters, then that's pretty good. Trusted referrals, always good. So if you know somebody who has, used somebody in a professional capacity and they refer them, that's always great. So I'd love to hear the ways that you have attempted or have built a solid network that's pushing you forward towards what your goals are. But please like, share, subscribe, keep the questions coming, and I'll see you next Tuesday.